Here's a simple way, or I should say an easier way to install crown molding or even any type of trim you are planning on putting up against the ceiling and even in the corners of a building. And you can see here, there's just a simple square block. I guess it's not really easy to see, but for example, if you have a 2-inch crown molding, let's say, then why not cut a 2-inch block or a 2 1/4 inch square block, put it in the corner, and butt the crown molding. And of course, if you're going to install trim on the vertical corners, the corners that go up and down instead of horizontal, then you could always have the trim butt that. It really is a simple way, if and of course it looks nice too, to break up the ceiling. And of course, if you're like me and you have problems installing crown molding perfectly, then something like this could be the answer to your prayers. Here's another section, and again you can see this is the ceiling with the walls, and in the corner you have a square block. And of course this doesn't look bad, like I said, and realistically could solve a few problems for you, especially if you're running crown molding with corner trim. This is an excellent way to finish both of these without running into a problem with the trim overlapping or being a little difficult to miter into the corner and to finish out. So this isn't the only way you can finish a corner. If you don't like this, you can always get a block, chamfer it, router it, trim it out a little bit, put a little decoration on it. As long as there are flat edges where the crown molding can butt up against, you shouldn't have any problems. And again, like I said, you can use something like this in a variety of different ways. It doesn't need to be a completely square block. It could be a rectangle. It could be two rectangles. It could be a larger square. Um, um, you know, trimming down to smaller squares where you might have a, let's just say a 2-inch, a 3-inch square in the corner, and then of course you might have a 2-inch square next to it on each side, forming a different decoration. And again, there are a variety of different things you could do with something like this, especially if you plan on getting a little creative and start thinking outside the box.